It's really hard to explain what severe suicidality feels like, what severe depression feels like, but I'm going to take a crack at it. I want you to imagine that you have lost the ability to feel anything pleasurable, anything. Food will lose its taste. A warm bed will lose its comfort. Conversation will lose its meaning. You won't feel connection to other people. Imagine being in a severe, severe fog, coupled with what I just said, that can only be, let's say, correlated to something like, for someone who's never been there, imagine being like in such a fog that it reminds you of being horribly, horribly hungover. Like you just drank half a gallon last night and you just woke up. Imagine that type of fog and discomfort. What most people don't know about people that are severely depressed or severely anxious is physically, you can feel very sick. It's pretty strange. I never understood it until it happened to me, but you can feel in pain. So I want you to imagine the hangover. I want you to imagine the inability to experience anything in terms of feelings. I want you to imagine flu-like symptoms. Not necessarily that you're throwing up or that you have, cough and all the traditional symptoms, fever, but you feel achy and uncomfortable, completely uncomfortable all the time. On top of that, you can't sleep. And if you do fall asleep, you can't stay asleep. And so you're miserable. You're absolutely miserable. All those things together, put them on top of each other. Now you might think to yourself, well, I mean, that sounds bad, but I could hang in there and get through it. Granted, most people can experience a very great level of pain for a certain short amount of time. Imagine yourself the last time you had the flu, for example, horrible, horrible flu. I'm sure that a few days in you were feeling pretty miserable. You may have been thinking things like when is this ever going to stop? Oh, I can't take it, but you know it's going to end. And that is a luxury of those things, like the flu. It's a luxury of a horrible hangover. You know it's going to be over, you just have to hang in there. Well, I want you to imagine that all the things I just said, they're all compounded, and now it's been 2 or 3 weeks. How do you think you'd feel? Oh, 2 or 3 weeks, not that long. Come on, a lifetime's a lifetime. For sure. Now I want you to imagine that it's been 2 or 3 months of that same feeling. Unrelenting. Unrelenting. And you might think, oh, there is no such thing as a depression that bad. Oh, there is. I promise. I went through it. So now you have persistent and chronic brain fog. You can't feel anything. You don't want to eat. You can't sleep. And your body hurts like you have the flu 24/7, and it's been a few months. Tell me what you'd be thinking. See, what you end up thinking in those situations is, I don't know how much longer I can handle this. I need the pain to stop. It hurts to be awake, people, guys. It hurts to breathe. Everything is uncomfortable. You feel like you're burning inside. Not to mention, you're in a haze. I mean, it's like you're looking through life through glass window. Like just nothing seems clear and focused. And you feel alone because nobody understands that you're aware of. Obviously, a lot of people do understand, is what, I would later come to find out. And if you can't imagine all of those things compounded into each other, then I pity your lack of empathy and or imagination. But when someone's severely depressed, all of those things can be that way, and it can last for months and months and months and even years. Think about the last time, like I said, that you were severely hungover or you had the flu. Think about how much you bitched and whined and complained. And also, on another topic, think about how bad people felt for you, especially if you're sick, aside from making yourself sick like drinking. Think about how much sympathy and compassion people showed you last time you had the flu, a horrible bout with the flu. Oh, I'm so sorry you feel sick, you poor thing. But we don't seem to give the same credit to someone suffering severe depression because not everybody has. And that's the problem.